Thailand, the very name conjures images of extraordinary beauty. It is a land where golden spires pierce the sky, reaching towards the heavens from ancient temples that have stood for centuries. Misty limestone peaks rise from emerald waters, their jagged silhouettes creating a landscape that feels both timeless and otherworldly. Here, the past is not a distant memory, it is a living, breathing part of the present. The gentle rhythm of life on a floating market, where boats laden with colorful fruits and fragrant spices glide past one another, feels as old as the rivers themselves. Yet this is also a nation of vibrant, bustling modernity, where gleaming skyscrapers reflect the energy of a people looking toward the future. It is this remarkable blend, this delicate dance between the ancient and the new, that makes Thailand so utterly captivating. This is a kingdom of staggering diversity, a place where nature's artistry is on full display. In the south, idyllic islands are fringed with powdery white sands and waters of the most brilliant turquoise. In the north, jungle-clad mountains are home to hidden temples and communities that have maintained their traditions for generations. The country's heart beats with the energy of its cities, but its soul resides in the wild places. It is in the dense rainforests, the vast mangrove swamps, and the intricate coral reefs that we can witness the true richness of life. Here, nature and humanity have forged a relationship over millennia, a bond that is both complex and profoundly beautiful. It is a story of coexistence, of adaptation, and of a deep, abiding respect for the natural world. To journey through Thailand is to travel through time itself. One moment, you might be standing in awe before a colossal reclining Buddha, its serene face a testament to centuries of devotion. The next, you could be navigating the energetic streets of Bangkok, a metropolis that never seems to sleep. This constant interplay between tranquility and dynamism is the essence of the Thai experience. The scent of incense from a sacred shrine mingles with the aroma of street food sizzling on a vendor's cart. The gentle chanting of monks provides a soothing counterpoint to the hum of modern life. It is a symphony of sights, sounds, and sensations that speaks to the resilience and adaptability of its culture. In this land of wonders, every corner reveals a new story. It might be the story of an ancient tree, its roots entwined with the walls of a forgotten temple, or the story of a community that has found a way to thrive in the most unlikely of environments. It is the story of wildlife that has found sanctuary in protected forests, and the story of people who are working tirelessly to preserve their natural heritage for generations to come. Thailand is more than just a destination. It is a living tapestry, woven from threads of history, culture, and nature. It is a place that reminds us of the profound connection we share with our planet, and the importance of finding harmony between our world and the wild one. Imagine a landscape sculpted by time. Vast limestone peaks known as karsts rise dramatically from the land and sea. They stand like ancient sentinels, their sheer cliffs draped in a cloak of green vegetation. These magnificent structures were once part of a massive coral reef, formed millions of years ago beneath a shallow sea. Over eons the earth shifted, the waters receded, and these colossal formations were exposed to the elements. Rain, wind, and time have since carved them into the breathtaking shapes we see today, creating a labyrinth of caves, cliffs, and hidden lagoons. This is a world that feels as if it belongs to a forgotten age, a true testament to the power and artistry of nature. Within this dramatic scenery, human culture has found a unique home. Hidden amongst the towering cliffs are temples and shrines, places of quiet contemplation. Monks have sought refuge in these natural cathedrals for centuries, finding spiritual solace in their silent grandeur. The air here is thick with reverence, a sense of peace that permeates the very stone. These sacred sites are often adorned with intricate carvings and statues of the Buddha, their serene expressions watching over the landscape. They serve as a powerful reminder of the deep spiritual connection that the Thai people have with their environment, a bond that blurs the line between the natural and the divine. The rivers and waterways that weave through this karst landscape are the lifeblood of the region. Here, traditional life continues much as it has for generations. Floating markets are a kaleidoscope of activity. Small wooden boats, piled high with exotic fruits, fresh vegetables, and delicious cooked meals, navigate the crowded canals. The air is filled with the friendly chatter of vendors and the enticing aromas of Thai cuisine. It is a vibrant, bustling spectacle that offers a glimpse into a way of life perfectly adapted to its aquatic environment. This is not a performance for visitors, it is the daily rhythm of a community that lives in harmony with the water, a tradition that has endured the test of time. Sanctuaries for wildlife also abound in these ancient lands. The dense forests that cling to the limestone cliffs are home to a remarkable array of creatures. Gibbons call from the high canopy, their haunting songs echoing through the valleys. The flash of a hornbill's brilliant beak can be seen as it flies between the trees. These protected areas are vital strongholds for biodiversity, providing a safe haven for species that are becoming increasingly rare elsewhere. They represent a commitment to preserving the natural wonders of Thailand, ensuring that these incredible animals and their habitats will continue to thrive. It is a place where the worlds of myth, spirit, and nature converge in a truly spectacular fashion. Deep in the heart of southern Thailand lies Khao Sok National Park, one of the oldest and most spectacular rainforests on Earth. This is a world that predates even the Amazon. It is an ancient Eden, a realm of towering trees, cascading waterfalls, and breathtaking biodiversity. The park is dominated by the same majestic limestone karsts that define so much of the region, their sheer cliffs rising hundreds of meters from the jungle floor. A vast man-made lake, Chao Lan, floods the valleys between them, creating an extraordinary landscape of water and stone. The air is humid and alive with the sounds of the forest, a constant chorus of insects, birds, and unseen creatures that speaks of the incredible richness of life here. This ancient forest is a sanctuary for some of Thailand's most remarkable wildlife. High in the canopy, families of gibbons move with astonishing grace, their long arms carrying them effortlessly from branch to branch. Their morning calls, a beautiful and haunting duet, are the defining sound of this jungle. On the forest floor, a more elusive giant roams. The gar, a type of wild cattle and one of the largest bovines in the world, moves silently through the undergrowth. Seeing one of these magnificent animals is a rare and unforgettable privilege. Overhead, the great hornbill, with its enormous yellow casque, soars above the treetops, a majestic symbol of this untamed wilderness. The wonders of Khao Sok are not all large and loud. Hidden on the forest floor, a truly bizarre and wonderful organism can be found. The Rafflesia flower is a parasite that produces the largest single flower in the world. It has no leaves, stem, or roots of its own, living entirely within its host vine. When it is ready to bloom, it bursts forth as a giant fleshy red flower, sometimes reaching a meter in diameter. It emits a pungent odor, like rotting meat, to attract the carrion flies that pollinate it. This extraordinary plant is a perfect example of the strange and wonderful adaptations that have evolved in this ancient ecosystem, a true marvel of the plant kingdom. Exploring Khao Sok is like stepping back into a prehistoric world. The sheer scale of the landscape, the density of the jungle, and the diversity of life are almost overwhelming. It is a place that commands respect and inspires awe. The park stands as a vital reminder of what the world was once like, a living museum of natural history. Protecting this ancient Eden is a crucial task, not just for Thailand, but for the entire planet. It is a treasure trove of biological diversity, a place of immense beauty, and a sanctuary where the wild heart of Southeast Asia continues to beat strongly. The story of southern Thailand's iconic limestone karsts is one of deep time and immense geological forces. Millions of years ago, this entire region lay submerged beneath a warm, shallow sea. It was here that a vast and thriving coral reef began to form, a bustling underwater metropolis of marine life. Countless generations of corals and shelled organisms lived and died, their calcium-rich skeletons slowly accumulating on the seabed. Over unimaginable spans of time, the immense pressure of the ocean above compacted these layers, transforming them into solid limestone. This process laid the foundation for the spectacular landscape we see today, a kingdom born from the remnants of ancient sea creatures. As the Earth's tectonic plates shifted and collided, this immense platform of limestone was thrust upwards, breaking the surface of the water. The sea receded, exposing the former reef to the air for the first time. This is when the second phase of creation began. The monsoon rains, acidic and relentless, started their slow but powerful work of erosion. Water seeped into cracks and fissures, dissolving the soft limestone and carving out a complex network of caves, tunnels, and sinkholes. Over millennia, this patient artistry of wind and water sculpted the rock into the dramatic towers, sheer cliffs, and jagged peaks that now dominate the horizon, creating a landscape of breathtaking and almost surreal beauty. At the base of these stone giants where the land meets the sea, another vital ecosystem thrives, the mangrove forests. These remarkable trees are uniquely adapted to live in the salty, tidal environment. Their tangled, arching prop roots anchor them firmly in the soft mud and allow them to breathe when the tide is high. These mangrove nurseries play a crucial ecological role. They act as a natural barrier, protecting the coastline from erosion and the force of storms. Their complex root systems trap sediment, helping to build up the land and keep the coastal waters clear. They are the unsung guardians of the coast, a living shield that connects the land and the sea. The mangroves are also a critical nursery for countless marine species. The sheltered, nutrient-rich waters amongst their roots provide a safe haven for young fish, crabs, and shrimp to grow. Many of the fish that later populate the offshore coral reefs begin their lives here. This makes the mangrove forests essential to the health of the entire marine ecosystem and to the livelihoods of the local fishing communities that depend on it. Sites like the famous James Bond Island in Phang Nga Bay showcase this intimate relationship between the towering karsts and the vital mangrove forests at their feet, a perfect illustration of two distinct but interconnected natural worlds working in harmony. For centuries, people have not just admired this dramatic karst landscape, they have made it their home. In the sheltered bays of Phang Nga, entire communities exist upon the water. The village of Koh Phanyi is a remarkable example of human ingenuity and adaptation. Built almost entirely on stilts over the shallow sea, it is a bustling settlement complete with houses, shops, a school, and a mosque. The founding of the village is a story of seafaring nomads who, limited by land ownership laws, chose to build their lives on the water instead. This floating world is a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of its people, who have created a thriving community in the shadow of a colossal limestone monolith. Life in these floating villages is intrinsically linked to the sea. The daily rhythms are governed by the tides, and the primary livelihood for most residents is fishing. Yet, these communities have also embraced the modern world in unique ways. Perhaps the most famous and inspiring example is Koh Phanyi's floating football pitch. Built by a group of local children from old wooden planks and fishing rafts, it was a creative solution to their lack of space to play their favorite sport. Their passion and ingenuity led them to become one of southern Thailand's most successful youth football teams. This simple structure is a powerful symbol of how tradition and innovation can coexist, and how the human spirit can triumph over any obstacle. The caves and overhangs carved into the limestone cliffs have served as shelters and sacred places for humans for thousands of years. Deep within these rocky chambers, archaeologists have discovered echoes from a distant past. Prehistoric handprints and ancient paintings adorn the cave walls, faint red ochre images of animals and symbols. These are the ghostly messages from the earliest inhabitants of this region, a direct connection to people who lived here more than 3,000 years ago. They tell a story of a time when hunter-gatherers used these caves for shelter, for ritual, and for art, leaving behind an indelible mark of their existence on the stone itself. In more recent centuries, many of these caves have been transformed into places of Buddhist worship. Monks and hermits sought the silence and seclusion of these natural grottos for meditation. Today, many caves house beautiful shrines, complete with statues of the Buddha and other deities. Wat Suan Kuha, or the Monkey Cave Temple, is a famous example where a magnificent 15-meter-long reclining Buddha rests peacefully within a vast cavern. Visitors walk among stalactites and stalagmites, the air cool and silent, broken only by the chatter of the macaques that live at the cave's entrance. These cave temples perfectly illustrate the blending of nature, history, and faith that is so characteristic of Thailand. Far from the southern beaches in the northeast of Thailand lies a geological wonder that appears only for a few months each year. Samphan Bok, known as the Grand Canyon of Thailand, is a truly mesmerizing landscape carved into the bedrock of the Mekong River. For most of the year, it's hidden beneath the powerful currents of the river. But during the dry season, from November to April, the water level drops dramatically, revealing an otherworldly terrain. The riverbed becomes a vast expanse of sculpted sandstone, pockmarked with thousands of holes and pools of all shapes and sizes. The name itself means 3,000 holes, and, honestly, walking through this surreal landscape feels like stepping onto the surface of another planet. The creation of Sam Phan-Bok is a story of the river's immense power. Over countless centuries, the swirling, churning currents of the Mekong, carrying sand and gravel, have acted like a liquid sandblaster. This relentless, abrasive force has drilled and scoured the soft sandstone, creating the incredible array of potholes that we see today. Some are small and perfectly circular, while others are large and fantastically shaped, their forms sparking the imagination. Locals have given names to many of the larger formations, seeing the shapes of animals, hearts, and even the head of Mickey Mouse in the rock. It really is a natural art gallery, sculpted by the patient, persistent hands of the river. The region around Sam Phan-Bok is also home to other natural treasures. Not far from the river, hidden in the forest, is the beautiful Se-Chan waterfall. This cascade is unique because the water flows over a wide, flat rock ledge, creating a thin, curtain-like sheet of water that you can actually walk behind. It's a magical and refreshing experience, a cool sanctuary from the heat of the day. The forests in this part of Thailand, though less famous than those in the south, are still rich with life. They provide a vital habitat for a variety of animals, including one particularly charming primate that is a delight to see. Here, in the trees, one might be lucky enough to spot the dusky langur, also known as the spectacled leaf monkey. These gentle creatures are easily recognizable by the striking white circles around their eyes, which make them look as though they are wearing a pair of glasses. They live in social groups and spend most of their time in the high canopy, feeding on leaves, shoots, and fruit. Their young are born a bright golden-orange color, a stark contrast to the gray fur of the adults. This adaptation is thought to encourage other females in the group to help care for the infant. Seeing a family of these beautiful monkeys is honestly a highlight of any visit to the region, a gentle reminder of the diverse wildlife that finds refuge in Thailand's varied landscapes. Off the Andaman coast of southern Thailand, the Mu Ko Lanta National Park is an archipelago of stunning natural beauty. It's a collection of several islands, each with its own unique character, but all sharing pristine beaches, clear turquoise waters, and lush tropical forests. The largest island, Ko Lanta Yai, is where most of the local communities and visitor facilities are found, but the true wild heart of the park lies in its smaller, uninhabited islands. Here, nature remains largely untouched, offering a sanctuary for a wealth of terrestrial and marine life. The park headquarters itself is situated at the southern tip of Ko Lanta Yai, on a dramatic headland with a picturesque lighthouse overlooking the sea. The islands are a haven for bird watchers. The skies above and the forests within are home to a variety of avian species. Perhaps the most majestic of these are the white-bellied sea eagles. These magnificent birds of prey can often be seen soaring on Gronsa, Yidoit Nakan Sonan thermal updrafts along the cliffs, their piercing eyes scanning the water below. With a powerful dive, they can snatch fish directly from the surface of the sea, a breathtaking display of precision and strength. Their presence is a strong indicator of a healthy marine ecosystem, as they rely on an abundant supply of fish to survive. Their soaring forms are a constant and inspiring sight throughout the archipelago. Beneath the waves, another world of vibrant life awaits. The waters surrounding the islands of Mu Ko Lanta are famous for their coral reefs. These underwater gardens are teeming with a dazzling array of colorful fish, from tiny clownfish hiding in the tentacles of an anemone to schools of shimmering snapper. The reefs are complex and delicate ecosystems, providing food and shelter for thousands of marine species. Snorkeling or diving here is, honestly, like entering a completely different dimension. A silent, graceful world of incredible biodiversity. The park authorities work hard to protect these fragile habitats from threats like anchor damage and pollution, ensuring their survival for the future. Conservation is at the core of the park's mission. Efforts are in place to balance the needs of tourism with the protection of the natural environment. This includes regulating boat traffic, establishing mooring buoys to protect the coral, and running educational programs for both visitors and local communities. The park serves as a living laboratory for understanding how human activity and pristine nature can coexist. The success of these conservation efforts is vital, not just for the wildlife of Mu Ko Lanta, but as a model for protected areas across Thailand and the world. It's really a commitment to preserving this island paradise for generations to come. The waters of Mu Ko Lanta hold a secret. It is a shy and gentle giant, a creature of myth and legend, the dugong. These large marine mammals, closely related to manatees, are thought to have inspired the ancient tales of mermaids. They graze peacefully on the meadows of seagrass that grow on the shallow seabed, using their powerful, bristly snouts to uproot the plants. Dugongs are a keystone species. Their grazing helps to keep the seagrass beds healthy, which in turn supports a vast number of other marine creatures. They are the gardeners of the sea, and their presence is a sign of a thriving coastal ecosystem. Thailand is one of the last remaining strongholds for the dugong in Southeast Asia, and the waters around Koh Lan are particularly important. A dedicated group of conservationists and local communities are working together to protect these vulnerable animals. The biggest threats they face are habitat loss, due to coastal development and water pollution, and accidental entanglement in fishing nets. Conservation efforts focus on monitoring the dugong population, protecting and restoring the vital seagrass meadows, and working with local fishermen to promote more sustainable fishing practices. The survival of the dugong is a cause that has united many people in the region. The health of the dugongs is inextricably linked to the health of two other critical coastal habitats: the seagrass beds and the mangrove forests. As we have seen, the mangroves act as nurseries for countless species of fish and crustaceans. Their tangled roots provide a safe, nutrient-rich environment for the young to grow before they move out to the open sea and the coral reefs. The seagrass meadows, in turn, are the primary food source for the dugongs and also provide shelter for many of the same juvenile fish that start their lives in the mangroves. These three ecosystems, mangroves, seagrass, and coral reefs, are intricately connected, each one supporting the others. The relationship between these habitats is a perfect example of the delicate balance of nature. The clear water needed by the seagrass and corals is maintained by the mangroves, which trap sediment running off the land. The fish that shelter in the mangroves and seagrass as juveniles later become part of the vibrant community on the coral reefs. And the dugongs, by grazing the seagrass, ensure the meadow stays healthy and productive. Protecting any one of these habitats means helping to protect them all. The conservation of the gentle dugong is therefore not just about saving a single species, it is about preserving the entire, wonderfully complex coastal ecosystem of the Andaman Sea. In the town of Samut Songkhram, not far from Bangkok, lies one of the most extraordinary markets in the world. The Maeklong Railway Market is a scene of incredible organized chaos, a place where the rhythms of traditional commerce are dramatically interrupted several times a day. The market is set up directly on top of an active railway line. Vendors display their goods, fresh fruit, vegetables, seafood, and spices, on low stalls that sit just inches from the tracks. Colorful awnings and umbrellas are extended over the produce, creating a vibrant, bustling corridor of trade. To an outsider, it seems like a dangerously precarious situation. Then, a horn sounds in the distance. This is the signal that a train is approaching. What happens next is a masterpiece of speed and efficiency. In a flurry of activity, the vendors calmly but quickly retract their awnings, pull back their umbrellas, and move their baskets and trays of goods away from the rails. The process is so well practiced that it takes only a minute or two. The market literally folds in on itself, creating just enough clearance for the train to pass. This spectacle has earned it the nickname Talad Ram Hup, which means umbrella pulled down market. It is a breathtaking display of coordination and ingenuity. As the train lumbers slowly through the narrow gap, it passes just centimeters above the vegetables and fruits left on the ground. Shoppers press themselves against the stalls to make way. The vendors stand casually by, seemingly unfazed by the massive machine rolling past their livelihoods. It is a moment of surreal harmony between the old world of the market and the modern world of industrial transport. The train is not an enemy to be feared, it is simply part of the daily routine, an interruption to be accommodated with practiced ease. This unique dance between the market and the machine has been going on for decades. Once the last carriage has passed, the market springs back to life just as quickly as it closed. Awnings are extended, umbrellas are opened, and goods are rearranged. Within moments, it is as if the train was never there. The chatter and bartering resume, and business continues as usual until the next horn sounds. The Maeklong Railway Market is more than just a tourist curiosity. It is a living, breathing symbol of Thailand itself. It embodies the nation's remarkable ability to adapt, to blend tradition with the demands of the modern world, and to find ingenious, harmonious solutions to the most unlikely of challenges. It is a celebration of resilience, a place where the past and present don't just meet, they coexist on the very same track.